them to shut up. Pierce.
Playing in the NBA can sometimes be really hard, and the pressure of the crowd can be overwhelming. But did you know that trash talk is the leading reason for NBA players to seek psychological help? It almost cost one player his life. Let us look at 10 times NBA players got embarrassed with trash talk. Number 10. LeBron James and Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas was in his prime, a menace of a player. He could also talk smack, and he would regularly do so. We know that LeBron isn't the king of trash talk, but in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Playoffs, LeBron's Cavaliers were tied with Gilbert's Wizards. The game went to OT. The score was 113 to 112 for the Wizards, and Arenas, also known as Agent Zero, had 2 free throws coming up. Then something happened. LeBron came up to him while he was preparing for the free throw and said something that almost destroyed Arenas. If you miss these, you know who's gonna win the game, right? And Arenas missed both shots, and the Cavaliers won the game. In the aftermath, Arenas sought out the help of a sports psychologist and even met with the Black Ops trainer to fix his mindset. He said he needed to make sure this will never happen again. Number 9. Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett has been famous for his trash talk. In a game between the Knicks and the Celtics, Garnett said something to Anthony about his wife. After that, Anthony went ballistic, and they both got double technical fouls. After calming down on the court, Carmelo wasn't done. After the game, he waited for KG outside of his team's bus to settle the matter. Garnett didn't show up. What did KG say to Carmelo? He said that his wife tasted like Honey Nut Cheerios. Anthony was even suspended for one game because he stalled the Celtics team bus after the game. Number 8. DeMarcus Cousins and Tim Duncan. We all know that Tim Duncan doesn't talk trash. He lets his game speak for himself. However, if you talk trash to Tim Duncan, he's gonna destroy you. Even Draymond Green, the king of trash talk, said about Duncan's trash talking: 1. He is not going to talk back because he has no respect for me. Or 2. He is not going to talk back because that's not who he is. Or both. I figured then that was the last time I would talk junk to Tim. DeMarcus, being a cocky young superstar, put up a great game against the Spurs. He even scored on Duncan multiple times. Then he started trash-talking him, telling him, "You can't guard me. Who even are you on this court?" Timmy took it personally. In the last 6 minutes, Cousins scored 0 times. Duncan, on the other hand, scored 3 times in a row, securing the Spurs' victory. Talk about manners. Number 7. Xavier McDaniel and Larry Bird. Larry Bird was one of the best shooters of all time. He could also trash talk. In a game between the Boston Celtics and Seattle Supersonics, Larry Bird told his opponent, Xavier McDaniel, how he's gonna take the ball and from where he's gonna shoot it. Xavier told him, "I'm gonna be waiting." Big mistake. Bird got the ball and made shot after shot, and eventually he even hit the game winner over 2 of his defenders. When all of this started, the Celtics were trailing by 8. If he just kept quiet, all of this could have been avoided. Number 6. Shaquille O'Neal and Yao Ming. After winning 3 NBA championships in a row, Shaq was the most dominant center in the league. He was untouchable. When they asked him about the number 1 pick that year, Yao Ming, Shaq was very disrespectful and said that he's gonna destroy Yao on the court. Yao took it to heart. When they clashed on the court, Yao blocked Shaq's first 3 shots in a row, leading the Rockets to a win against the Lakers. Number 5. Derek Martin and Michael Jordan. In 1995, the Vancouver Grizzlies played against the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, had an off night, scoring only 10 points in the first 3 quarters. Derek Martin, who was sitting on the bench, yelled to Jordan while he was passing by, "Hey Mike, it's just not falling tonight, huh?" As you can probably guess, that was a mistake. Nobody trash talks Michael Jordan and gets away with it. After Jordan was benched at the end of the 3rd and the start of the 4th, Derek Martin drained a jumper. While passing by the Bulls bench, he yelled, "I told you we were going to beat you tonight. Don't poke the dragon because the dragon might poke you back." When Jordan came in, he walked straight to Martin and said, "Little man, I told you not to trash talk me." Jordan then scored 19 points in the 4th quarter and got the game-winning steal, leading the trailing Bulls to victory. Number 4. Al Harrington and Paul Pierce. In a close game between the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers, Paul Pierce got the ball in the final possession. Al Harrington was guarding him and taunting him to take the shot, trash-talking him all the while. Pierce was dribbling the ball at the 3-point line. talking back to Al. He waited until the last possible second and nailed a 3-point game-winning shot right into Harrington's face. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Number 3. Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan. Reggie Miller remains to this day in the top 3 shooters of all time, but he was also known for his trash talking. During a preseason game, when he was just a rookie, he wasn't impressed by what Jordan showed that night, and he told Jordan about it. He said he is coming for him. Since Jordan was a veteran and this was a preseason game, any other player would have shrugged that off and continued playing in their rhythm. But Jordan took that personally and exploded for 42 points in the second half. Then, Jordan came to him and said, "You never talk to Black Jesus like that." At the half, Miller had 10 points and Jordan only had 2. At the end of the game, Jordan had 44 and Miller had 12. Reggie said that was the last time he trash talked to Black Jesus. Number 2. Reggie Miller and Larry Bird. In his rookie season, Reggie Miller managed to trash talk Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. However, I don't think he liked the results. Reggie Miller is arguably the second best trash talker of all time. Guess who's the first? His future coach and living legend, Larry Bird. Larry Legend was at the time the best player in the league. He has won 3 straight MVP awards and 3 championships. But that wasn't enough for the young rookie. In a close regular season game between the Celtics and the Pacers, Larry got to the free throw line. The Pacers trailed by 3. Reggie tried to trash talk Larry while he was on the free throw line. After he hit both free throws, Larry talked back, "Rook, I am the best f***ing shooter in the league. In the league, understand? And you're up here trying to f***ing tell me something?" The Celtics ended up winning the game. Reggie and Bird would mend their relationship 10 years after the incident, when Larry became head coach of the Indiana Pacers. In their 3 years together, they almost spoiled Jordan's last dance in 1998 and Kobe and Shaq's first title in 2000. Number 1. Dikembe Mutombo and Michael Jordan. Dikembe Mutombo was one of the most dominant defenders in the history of the NBA. His finger wag has become one of the most iconic celebrations after blocking shots or layups. When they played against each other, Michael got fouled and went to the free throw line. Dikembe teased him, "Michael, you're lucky to be able to dunk on many people, but you're not going to get me." Michael responded, "Hey Mutombo, this one's for you, baby," and he closed his eyes and drained the free throw. After that foul shot, Michael wasn't done. When the Bulls and the Hawks squared off against each other in the 1997 playoffs, Michael got his opportunity. After receiving a pass from Luke Longley, his airness drove toward the paint from the baseline and threw down the dunk over Mutombo. He even showed Mutombo his signature finger wag, adding extra salt to the wound. His airness, ladies and gentlemen.